This is Samantha. Samantha thinks she is a princess, but most days she's just a train wreck. This is Belle. She's also a train wreck, but a really, really cute one. This is an attempt to bring humour to an otherwise humourless video with crash outs and boring health stuff, but we are glad to share this crazy life with you, so thank you for being here.
How to start this vlog. Look how cute Belle is. She just watches me. So I tried to start this vlog not yesterday but the day before, and I'm having a lot of struggles, so I'm gonna kind of start over. So this opening footage you've seen was from 2 days ago actually, but I thought it was cute, so we're keeping it, hence why I look different, although I don't know if I even showed myself in those. Anywho, first, this is the last vlog you've seen was 2 weeks ago, so if you're subscribed to my Patreon, I've already given you kind of a health update there. And so if you've seen that, nothing has really changed, therefore you can skip all this if you want. But first update is my camera had broken. I am filming on it right now, so I had sent it in and I got it. It seemed too good to be true, and it was. I think I'm gonna have to either send it back or I'm just gonna have to buy a new camera, which the idea of spending $600 on a new camera right now is like horrifying to me. I just have so many other things I would like to spend $600 on than a new camera. But, you know, if I need one, I need one. So it's just crazy. I just bought this one over a year ago, so that's why it upsets me, because between this and the other lens that I bought, it was so expensive. Well over $1,000. So, anywho, they fixed the camera kind of. It works 70% of the time, and sometimes it doesn't work, and if you even bump the camera, it turns off, which obviously is horrible, especially like if you're going to be out and about trying to film. That is not going to work. So yeah, and when it does that, anything you've been filming up to that point, it just loses. So yeah, that's really frustrating. So that's the first update, is me trying to figure out how to go forward. That's part of the reason I wasn't vlogging. The other reason is my health stuff. So I feel so bad that I keep talking about it, but now that I've started sharing, I kind of feel obligated to continue sharing. Also, I need to talk about it. Like, for my own mental health, it helps me to talk about it. So I can't even remember the last update I've given you, because quite a bit has happened since then. But essentially, I'm more convinced now than ever that it is long COVID that I have, which there is no treatment. The only thing you can do for long COVID is treat the symptoms. So there's also no test for long COVID. So it's kind of one of those things that you and your doctors just have to sort of come to the conclusion that that's what it is. Let's start treating the symptoms because we can't find any other cause. And that's sort of where I'm at. Not that I'm giving up on looking. I do need to schedule a sleep study. That is what my doctor suggested I do next in my journey. So I have no more answers, just more things to rule out. And okay, so the last you would have seen I had done the rheumatologist, all that blood work, and I was waiting to see my cardiologist. So I went to the cardiologist because my rheumatologist thought it was maybe POTS that I had. And within the first 5 minutes, the cardiologist could tell it was not POTS, just because I was lacking some of the like major symptoms of POTS. And he was amazing. The appointment went really well. He did a really good job explaining my heart palpitations, and essentially he alleviated a lot of anxiety because he said, the heart palpitations I'm having are normal. It's just people don't know.
If at this point you're thinking, Samantha, what is wrong with your hands? Samantha forgot to blend her sunless tarn on her hands, so unfortunately for all of us, we have to look at her goofy coloured hands.
Normally feel them, and for some reason I feel them. Which, yeah, if he told me it was something not to worry about, like I felt confident not worrying about it. However, he was like, if you start feeling them all the time, then maybe it's something to worry about. And I do feel like I feel them very frequently. So in my mind, I'm like, well, what is all the time? So I kept that in mind while I, left the cardiologist. He essentially, my thing is the chronic fatigue is my debilitating symptom. So for me, I'm trying to find what the cause of the chronic fatigue is. And he was having I don't want to say a hard time understanding that. He just wasn't, his thing is the heart, right? He's a cardiologist. Let's look at the heart. He wasn't really understanding or absorbing that I was like, if you're telling me my heart is fine, then I don't care about anything else if it doesn't cause the chronic fatigue. And so he was like, well, we can do this inflammation blood work that is very specific to COVID. I'm going to be honest, I can't even tell you what it is. I know nothing about it. I just agreed to do the blood work as a throw a noodle at the wall and see what sticks kind of a thing. And then I did get a heart echo, which again was another let's just do it to just rule anything out. So I go on with my life. I go get the echo. I could tell she saw something in the echo by, you can just tell when they see something. They spend an extra long time in that area. They start having you do things that they didn't have you do in all the other areas, like cough, or she had me do this a lot in one certain area, so I knew she saw something. So I was waiting to hear back from that. During all this time, my chronic fatigue had gotten the worst it's ever been. Bedridden. I couldn't do anything. I could not do anything, and my depression was tanking because of that. And then you add on everything going on in the world and in this country. It was too much for me to handle. So I contacted my general practitioner and I said, I would like to revisit the idea of the Wellbutrin that you introduced to me. I was very adamant on not taking Wellbutrin because I didn't just want to throw an antidepressant at my problems. I've done some research since then, and through an extensive conversation with my doctor, I've realized they prescribe some of these medications for other things, not just depression. However, I also came to the conclusion that depression was very prominent. I am so sorry, I cannot speak right now. Very prominent in the way that I was feeling. So, as a result of my health and things, but it doesn't matter. It was there and it was affecting my life. So, again, I've already explained this, so I'm sorry if this is boring, but the Wellbutrin has a stimulant in it, which is why they prescribe it to people with chronic fatigue as something to get them going. And I'm not gonna lie, leading up to my appointment with her, I started really emotionally depending on the Wellbutrin. Oh, this is gonna fix me. I'm ready to be fixed. If I can't find the problem, I don't even care anymore. I just need to be able to live. I need to be able to wake up and do stuff and live. And I started because she made me wait I had to wait a week or so for that appointment. So during that time I was just I need the Wellbutrin, I need it, everything will be better when I take the Wellbutrin. And I realized I was putting too much stock on that because what if it didn't work? And I even told my doctor, I just need you to know that if this Wellbutrin doesn't work, like, I am headed for a severe mental breakdown, because I don't know what I'm going to do, and I can't live like this. My life is horrible. And I hate saying that, but like, I'm not living. I'm reaching a point where I'm regretting buying a house because I can't get up to work to pay for it. And all my jobs are relatively labor intensive, especially the internet stuff. So the fact that I can't even get up and do that is crazy. And that's how I know, like, I'm just suffering so badly, because when you can't even get up and just like take some pictures, take some video, like, things have gone incredibly bad. So, yeah, there's a lot piling on me right now. And so I had a lot of stock in the Wellbutrin. So she prescribed me the starter dose. I don't even know how many milligrams it is, but it's just the starter dose. So I'm assuming it's pretty low. The first couple of days, are you waiting for the mailman? She's so cute. The way she's settling into her life here, like, she's just so comfortable here and with me, and it's so cute. And she heard the mail truck, and now she's waiting at the door because they have to come to the door to put the mail in. But no mail today. They just drove away. So, with the Wellbutrin, and I just want you all to know that, because I'm trying to go in chronological order of how things sort of happened. In my first appointment with my cardiologist, he told me, because I explored the option of Wellbutrin with him, because at that point, the depression and fatigue was so bad that, like, I think I went a week without showering. I was eating literal scraps, whatever I could find in my house, because I could not even go to the grocery store. It sounds fake, and I can't even describe it to you unless you know what it feels like. It's beyond the possibility of describing, because it sounds like, how can you not get up and walk up the stairs to take a shower? You can't drive 5 minutes to the grocery store to get food. Like, you're literally eating scraps. Like, and yeah, I haven't been to the gym in over a month, the very expensive gym I'm paying for now. Part of that is fear, though, of stressing out my heart. So, anywho.
Let's all take a moment to appreciate this ravishing hairdo Princess Samantha has going on.
The first day of taking the Wellbutrin, I did not feel any energy, but I had like a crazy headache that night. My doctor told me that could be a major symptom. She told me the possibility of not wanting to eat would be a symptom. And I kind of have that, but nothing crazy. She told me if I didn't want to eat at all, that was a really big deal. But she did say that it would probably help with my overeating and binge eating. And I say that not in terms of an ED, because I don't think I have an ED, but I definitely like have food noise, and I am consistently like eating a lot more than I should, and eating like high caloric density foods. So I was excited at the prospect that it might help that. There were just a lot of things that I was hoping the Wellbutrin would help with. So the first day, headache. I was worried, oh my gosh, how long is this headache thing gonna go? Because it was a bad headache. And that was the only day I had a headache. The next day, ooh, that stimulant, it fucking got me. I was jittery. The way I can describe it is it felt like I had way too much caffeine. So I didn't want to eat. I had so much energy. I was buzzing around my house, but it didn't feel good because I had a lot of that hyper caffeinated anxiety. And the stimulant does not work the same as caffeine, but that's what it felt like. So that's how I can describe it. I would say day 3 was a similar, like, hyper, kind of anxious. But so on one hand, I'm like, yay, it's working. I'm awake, but I'm like, I still have, like, the anxiety didn't feel good. So it was a catch-22. But I was like, I will take the anxiety with the energy. Like, I was willing to put up with that. And then I traveled over the weekend, and it was hard to tell if it was working over the weekend because I'm always tired while flying around and traveling, and you know, you have weird hours when you're getting up for early flights and things. So I can't really say I didn't feel like life changed or anything. I feel like it was helping a little, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. The real test, I thought, was when I got home, because when I come home from traveling, often the entire next day I do nothing but sleep, which never used to be like that. That's a very new thing. That's why when I say my fatigue is worse than ever, it's like my body was pushed to its limit and it needs a full like 36 hours and I'm actually sleeping, not just laying there resting, like actually sleeping. That's not normal, like to be able to sleep that much. So, and I didn't do that when I came back. However, I did lay around all day and I did take a nap, and I did take a nap the next day as well. So I've been on it now for over a week, and I've cried a bit about it because I had a lot of hope in those first few days. Now, I maybe is hoping a little. Like yesterday didn't have a good day. Like I'm kind of just feeling not where I'm sleeping all day every day. I'm not necessarily bedridden, but I'm not up and moving about my house. That's why I'm filming right here, so you can't see anything else, because it's an absolute disaster. But I am going to try and clean it and see how I feel today, because I'm feeling pretty good right now. I also haven't eaten yet, which again is weird. I'm starving, but like I don't want to eat, which I think is a side effect of the Wellbutrin. But I am going to eat. It's just nothing sounds good to eat. So there's that. So I don't know if the Wellbutrin is working or not, and I'm trying not to crash out, but yesterday I did crash out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, I'm so desperate for this to work that it has to work. I don't know what I'm gonna do if it doesn't work. I'm trying it for 4 weeks, and at the end of 4 weeks, my doctor said we'll have a good idea of whether it's working or not. If it's not working, she'll probably up the dose and see if that works. I don't know enough about it to know how it works. So if anybody's taking it and you can tell me your experience, how long it took you to figure out the dosage and stuff, that would probably help me a little bit. Yeah, because I just don't know. I'm just so desperate for it to work. So in that time, I got the results back from the blood test for the inflammation, which came back negative. So I got the results back also for the echo. And the echo results were, I have 2 valves, that one has a trace regurgitation, one has a trace leakage, which freaked me out. Upon further research on my own, because it takes you a while to hear back on my chart. You get the results, you don't hear from your doctor for a while. So upon Googling, it looks like that's really normal. Actually, a lot of people have that. As long as it's trace amounts, it is fine. If it's like moderate leakage, then obviously there's a problem. So I wrote that off as nothing. However, I got the results back before I went in for the Wellbutrin appointment. And my doctor, when she looked at the results, my general practitioner, she kind of was like, oh, you have a pericardial effusion. And I'm like, I saw that on the results. I don't know what that means. It said trace pericardial effusion. Pericardial effusion is fluid around your heart. Upon my own research, it looks like it can be caused from having cancer, bacterial infections, viral infections, COVID. So, and I can't remember what else, but basically the only thing that fit that was COVID for me, which is one of the things that really, was like, okay, I really do think this is all from having COVID, long COVID. I hadn't heard back from my cardiologist about it for a while, and I think with the pericardial effusion, even a trace amount is not normal. So then I started having a lot of medical anxiety because I'm like, oh my gosh, that's probably why I'm having all these heart palpitations. And I was feeling like I was having them very frequently. So then I got really worried. I wasn't working out because I was scared of something. So I'm waiting literally on pins and needles to hear from my cardiologist. I fucking finally hear back. And all he says in my chart, my chart pisses me off. Like, it's a way for the doctor to send you a message and not have to interact with you. And that bothers me. If you're gonna be interactive on my chart, fine. But like, don't just send me something. You're sending me something and you don't want me to question it. And that bothers me because it's my body, my health. Like, I've never had health problems in my entire life. So this is a big deal for me. You tell me I have fluid around my heart and I'm not supposed to panic and freak out. So my message says, echo looks good. You have a pericardial effusion. Could be normal, could be inflammation. Okay, and surely there's more. Surely you have more to say than that. So I was irritated and I messaged back, hi, I'm just wondering, like, so does that mean I don't need to worry about it? Is that the cause of my heart palpitations? If I'm having all these heart palpitations, is it possible that it's not normal? Is this the cause of my chronic fatigue? Is this the cause of all my problems? How do I treat it? Surely we don't want to just ignore it. And he never messaged me back. So then I had gotten the results for the blood test. And then he messaged me back about the blood test and said they both came back negative. If you want to have another appointment, feel free to schedule an appointment for further testing, whatever. What the fuck? Do I need further testing? I don't understand. So it just pissed me off. So then I called the number on the MyChart message, which goes to the nurse triage line. This was like 3 days ago. And I've already been taking the Wellbutrin. I was having a pretty good day that day. Actually, this was the day I tried to vlog. So, so I think it was 3 days ago. And it just ruined my entire day. It sent me into a crash out. Because I was like, what the fuck? Like, and also I'm tired. I don't feel good. I hate making phone calls. I have that millennial, like, I don't want to call anybody. Like, my chart is this way for us to not have to speak to each other. Fucking answer then. Like, so I called the nurse triage line and I'm like, I understand it's not her fault. She was very kind. We had a great conversation. And I was like, look, I have all these questions. He's not getting back to me. Do I need to come in for another appointment? If he doesn't want to answer these questions and wants me to come in, that's fine. But it's an hour drive each way. And I have to leave my dog alone. So she's alone for like 4 hours all day. I don't like doing that. I will if I have to. I will if that's what needs to be done. Do I need more testing? Do I have... And she was like, whoa, okay. Like, I can't answer those questions for you. And she's like, let me contact your doctor. Tell him, I'm going to forward him these questions. See if he'll get back to you. I'm going to tell him it's probably best to call you. And I said, that's perfect. That is what I need. If he tells you to tell me to schedule an appointment, that's fine as well. I just need to know what to do next because I'm scared. I don't feel good. I'm probably manifesting more heart problems and palpitations because I have anxiety every day. I can't work out because I'm scared and I'm out of breath all the time, which is probably, like, I was thinking it was probably from the heart thing, but I don't know. Like, originally I thought it was because I was just out of shape, but now I'm like, is it? And that was 3 days ago and I have not heard back. I haven't heard back from the nurse. I haven't heard back on my chart. I haven't heard from the doctor. Nobody's called me to schedule an appointment. Nothing. So I'm fucking pissed. Like, sorry, that's my air conditioner. It's very loud. It's so humid today. I have to have it. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. I'm really frustrated. I don't know what to do. I haven't called back because I'm like, I don't want to be a Karen and be rude, but I'm annoyed because I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So I've cut out coffee. I've cut out gluten. I already don't eat eggs or dairy, so I'm trying to reduce the inflammation in my body. So I'm drinking tea every day instead of coffee. which I'm enjoying. I'm very much romanticizing it. I'm drinking it every day out of a teapot and a teacup and trying to, you know, do that to make it feel fancy. And I've been enjoying that. I'm drinking caffeinated. So I haven't cut out caffeine. I've just cut out actual coffee, even decaf coffee, because in reality, I think it's the coffee and the inflammation caused by the coffee that was maybe why when I cut it out, I was drinking so much less of it originally that I would notice such a big difference in my health and mental health in regards to like the PMDD and stuff. And this last time I tried to give it up, I was drinking decaf because I thought I just like coffee, and I didn't see nearly the results I had before. So I'm confident that it's the actual coffee, even decaf. My light went out, but I'm just charging this one. So yeah, cut out gluten, and I haven't really cut out anything else. I'm trying to do lower fat, but honestly right now I'm just trying to get confident and comfortable with gluten-free. And then, you know, we'll keep reducing inflammatory things. So like refined sugar is one of them. But again, it's like right now I'm just doing what I can. And I'm hoping if I reduce inflammation, that will reduce the inflammation around my heart. But through, you know, a little bit of research, I haven't even done that much research. Inflammation in your body can, first of all, it holds on to water. So you reduce inflammation, you just look better. So there's that. Not that that's ever truly fueled the way I do anything. But it also can affect your brain, which means like mental health. Brain fog, memory potentially, like things like that. So I don't have celiac, but gluten is an inflammatory. So even if you don't have celiac and being sensitive to something are two completely different things. So that is my life update. That is everything. Now you are all caught up. Figuring out what was clogging my vacuum cleaner has changed my life. My rug is ruined because I couldn't vacuum it for so long. I mean, I tried, but yeah, now it's just feels so much cleaner in here. It's amazing.
Are you ready for Samantha's first crash out disguised as whatever this is?
Okay, so I have this idea that I wanted to try flipping my couch over here and putting the love seat and chair on this side. But I don't know how that's gonna be. So I might try that. It's gonna be a lot of moving stuff around and just see, because I'm considering mounting the TV on this wall, which is not something I considered before, but I'm considering it now. So I just really don't know if I want to drill into brick, because I don't think I'm going to keep this house more than 2 years. You never know, but right now, I'm not loving this house. I love it. I don't love a closed floor plan. And as much as I love the vintage characteristics, I'm just realizing how much I love the kitchen and living room being like an open concept. And I know that's not for everybody. I do like a separate dining room, but yeah. So that's why I'm like, I don't think if I drill into the wall, I feel like it'll be easier to plaster over, or I don't know, I just don't want to cause any damage to the brick. So I might try that and see if I like it. This is where it gets tough because my brain has to center whatever's over here in between these lights. And if you think about it, when I hang the TV, it's gonna have to be in between these lights. So in my vision, I have bookshelves. One bookshelf here and one bookshelf here. So I have bookshelves because I need bookshelves desperately. TV here with a gold frame around it that I'm gonna make so it looks like a vintage frame like this one. This coffee table. Okay, but what about this chair? What if I do, okay, so this table's here. Okay. What about this table here? Okay. And I don't know. I think I already hate it. But we'll try. Sorry, Belly. Sorry, Belly. And this chair is really hard to move. This chair is hard to move because the pieces like can come apart. It's not that it's heavy, it's just you have to like, you can't pull up on the armrests and stuff. Okay. And I'm trying not to scratch my original hardwood floors. Oopsie. Can't lift there. Oh man. Okay. Are you going for a ride? The other thing is I sit in this chair all day, every day. So I kind of hate if I move it and it's facing away from the TV. It's not really great either. But if you want any couch facing the TV, it's gotta be the comfy couch. Huh. Oof, I don't know, I'm not loving it. I am not loving it. This is, honestly, why is this so hard to move? It's like the carpet is making it kind of difficult. And then secretary desk here. No, I hate it. I hate it. It looks like a dollhouse in a bad way. Like a dollhouse where a child just put random things together. I put on the wide angle lens, but I don't know what you can see. Let me see if this corner you get a better idea. I hate it. I don't necessarily hate how this sofa looks with the two end tables and the curtains and Like it's looking nice and symmetrical and comfy. So I'm like, yeah, I could see myself snuggling up here, like with friends or family or whatever to watch a movie. But now I hate this. It's this. I don't know what to do with the chair. Hey. Hi. Come here. So that's my current struggle is what do I do with the chair? And I didn't really love the chair where I had it either. Just proximity to the TV, it was in a good spot. But I didn't love how it looks there. I love the chair though. Like it's my everyday I sit in that chair. It needs to be cleaned bad though. If anybody has any tips for like the cushions I can wash, but I don't know how to get the stains out of the rest of the chair. It's so dirty. Oh, did you find a chip? I wonder how long that's been there. Long time, I imagine. Yeah, I don't know. But I do feel like I like this couch here. And the couch of dreams, I know people keep being like, get rid of the couch. The antique couch, I love it so much. If I keep it the way that it was, it just doesn't make sense to put the TV anywhere but above the fireplace. So, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. But what if I put these end tables over there? I move that chair back over here. Still looks ugly in the corner, but genuinely, my biggest concern is Belle looking out the window. She loves to look out the window.
Now, Samantha has to put it all back the way it was and admit she wasted a whole day's worth of energy.
Ugh, I'm so tired now. It's only 1:39 and I am like dead. This is why I'm so depressed now, because I hate this feeling and I really, really, really wanted the Wellbutrin to change my life and take this away. Not giving up hope. I'm going to finish up these 4 weeks and figure it out, I guess. But it's like, how many months am I going to have to put into I just want to be awake for a whole day. I want to be able to do stuff. Like, I want to go hang the stuff on the wall in my guest room. That's what I was wanting to do today. And now I'm just sitting here, just like trying. It's like I don't want to take a nap, because sometimes it takes me a minute to fall asleep and then it takes me forever to wake up again. But when I force myself to stay awake, I don't do anything. I just sit here and like scroll. Might read for a little bit. I'm still reading Brandon Sanderson, The Stormlight Archive. This is book 2, Words of Radiance, and I'm almost done. I have like 300 pages left. Well, less than 300. And it's so good that that's all I want to do really anyways, is just read. But I'm like, you know, I can't just read my whole life away, but also why not? So I might just read and see if that helps me like fall asleep. I don't know if I can go on without taking a nap. And I still need to film some content tonight. And so I think I just need to take a nap. It's just so frustrating.
Samantha's life is about to get a lot more chaotic, and she and Princess Belle now have a visitor. This visitor has a lot of anxiety and likes to overwhelm Samantha and Belle with it.
One of you needs to stop. Stop. You're gonna make me go insane. I'm going to go crazy. Hello. It's a new day. Come and say hi, girls. Come on, Rosie. Come here. We have 2 baby girls today because I'm dog sitting for my mom for a while, actually, like 10 days. But Rosie loves me, so that is all good. But they are kind of driving me crazy because all they do is bark. And Rosie is a very, very anxious dog. So yesterday, the car ride, she could barely handle. We finally got here. She was running around the house like crazy and like crying out of like overstimulation, not because she was sad, just really, really whining. And then I gave her a tour. Like, I walked her through the house slowly, showed her all the windows she could look out of. So she always is running upstairs because from both bedrooms you can look out the window from the bed. And Belle likes that, so I thought maybe Rosie would like that, and so she does. She runs up there all the time. But she is not the type to look out the window leisurely. She looks out and then barks all the time. So I've actually mostly had this window closed because when one of them barks, the other barks. And then it takes them forever to stop. They actually, I was going to show you, which is why I started filming, but they stopped, I think because I'm talking. I don't know. Because the dogs are barking outside and somebody's mowing their lawn, and so Rosie's just been going crazy, and now all of a sudden she's being a perfect little princess. So, yeah, anywho, that's what I've been doing for the past couple days. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm dead. The Wellbutrin is not helping at all or hardly at all. I want to go to sleep. I, again, have no motivation to cook or, I shouldn't say motivation, energy. But I am going to try and make some banana bread tonight, some gluten-free banana bread. I have chocolate chips also. And I was able to download a pajama pattern off of Etsy. And it came in a printable fashion. So I need to try and print it out. Okay, good news. We have printer ink. So for whatever reason, the last thing I printed, which was a shipping label, when I had to ship my camera, and it like wouldn't print black. So, but this all did, and the way that she had it laid out was like already life size. Unlike the one I got, you had to, I can't figure out how to do it. So we have a pattern. That's exciting. So these are the little pajama shorts. I'm just gonna stick, because this was 12 pages. I'm just gonna stick with this for now and then do the other part when I'm ready. I don't know how many times it'll take me just to do this. It's really good. It's just very dense because it didn't rise. But it's good. I'll definitely eat it. Yay! Well, next time we try a new recipe until we find one we like. Hello! So it's actually been a few days since you've seen me last. I think, or was it yesterday? I honestly can't remember. But I've had a crazy day already. It's like 5 o'clock. Ah, it's almost 6 o'clock. So maybe it's a bad idea to start tonight. But basically, I thought I was having a good day energy-wise today. And then I crashed, of course. Same time every day. 2:30. I'm telling you. And, oh, are you looking for a toy, Belle? Okay, so Belle got groomed today. And, come here, Belle. Come here. And her haircut's not that good. I feel like the first time I took her there, her haircut was perfect. And every time after that, it's not been super great. But honestly, when she gets groomed, she looks good for like 2 days. And then it just is back to being like kind of shaggy. But I got her haircut. She keeps dragging her butt on the ground, and that's not something she does. And she's licking her butt a lot. And so I feel like maybe she hurts or it itches. But I don't see. Belle, come here. Let me see. Let me see what's going on. Oh. But see, this is how short her fur is. But to... Hold on. Doesn't look like anything. Why do you keep looking? So, in their defense, Rosie. Oh, my dogs are driving me nuts. In the groomer's defense, I asked them to cut her this short, and I knew it would look a little goofy, and it does. And I took her bow out just because it was bothering her. So she looks crazy right now. But for the most part, she looks fine. They told me that, you know, they basically were like, are you sure you want us to cut it that short? Because I think on these little dogs, they look so scrawny and like silly. But I knew I wanted it short because she gets so hot. She just gets so hot. And I just care more about her being comfortable than I do about vanity. Like, yeah, I love having a cute dog and a fluffy teddy bear dog, but she gets so hot that sometimes when we get back from our walks and I take her harness off, she's hot underneath. And that can't feel good. I wouldn't want that. Just want to make sure they didn't cut her or something. Her appointment also took 2 hours instead of the usual 1 hour, so that's why I was like worried something happened, and she's acting a little goofier after than she normally does. So I don't know. But anywho, so she looks a little silly, just in case you see her. And I'm sorry, I'm concerned that you keep licking your private parts. And then Rosie, come here, Rosie, come here, come on, come here. They are not listening to me right now. Rosie got jealous. Come here, come on, come on. Ugh, big girl. She got jealous when I put a bow. Rosie got jealous when I put a bow in Belle's hair, so I put this little sparkly necklace that they gave Belle at one of her grooming appointments, and it was so cute. She felt so pretty. Yeah, so anywho, they're driving me crazy.
Samantha thought starting her first sewing project would be relaxing and stop her from another crash out. Little did she know it would lead to the crashiest crash out of them all.
Okay, so this piece, I think, what I've gathered, shows you how to put the pattern pieces together. So that is super helpful. So this is this piece. This must be this piece. Okay, yeah, literally, this is a really good Etsy find. I think it was a little more expensive. Like, I thought this pattern was only $6. I think it ended up being $16. And I was really nervous, but I'm really happy with it. Okay. So it goes, I like this. Cool. Jesus. No! Rosie, please, no. I'm finding I'm very cranky for this right now. This is not a relaxing hobby. Seriously, what the hell? The worst part about sewing is not having any freaking clue what you're doing. But my zigzag stitch doesn't look like their zigzag stitch, so that's why I'm confused.
A simple way to finish your seam.
Simple my ass! Oh my god, this is not on the edge. It's quite literally just doing whatever it wants. Come on, I feel like I'm just ruining it. This is embarrassing how poorly I'm doing. This is literally so hard. And I haven't even started the actual project yet. I would recommend not starting your sewing journey when you're very cranky. Oh my god. But like I said, I am just not in the mood right now. I'm too cranky and I'm not doing very well, and that is making me not feel great about this project. And I want to be really excited about this project. So I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna come back to this tomorrow. Hello everyone! I guess I can still say good morning. It feels so late in the day, but it's still before noon. So I'm back at you to continue my sewing journey. And I did a lot off camera because I have a temper, if you guys have not realized. I started trying to continue my zigzag the edges of the fabric journey, and I just want to show you how bad some of these are. I don't even know if you can see how wide this, I mean, so bad. So bad. Again, I'm like, I don't know if you can see, but I was so irritated that I took to TikTok and I was like, this is fucking stupid. I want to start sewing. I want to be able to sew stuff. I want to do thrift flips really, really badly. That's like my dream. And I can't do it, whatever. And somebody commented right away and said, do you have an overcast foot that will make it a lot better? Zigzagging the edge of a fabric is really difficult even for like experienced sewers. So I was like, let me go quick Google overcast foot. And I Googled it and I actually did have one and it changed everything. So if you've been screaming at the screen, overcast foot, I have finally discovered it and it did change everything. I also changed the stitch I was using to a 2 instead of a 3. And I just changed a few things, and it is truly like trial and error, I guess. These pajama shorts, if I can do them, are gonna be really terrible. Somebody else also commented and said pajama shorts are actually really difficult for a first project, which is annoying. I just did not want to make a tote bag. Everybody says make a tote bag. I'm like, I don't want a tote bag. Oh. I also keep losing my thread. So the inseam, what is the inseam? I honestly have no clue what to do. first fold the top edge of the shorts. Okay. We're still backwards. Fold the top edge of the short down by 3/8 of an inch toward the inner side of the shorts and press. I feel like it does not even look like it's going to be big enough to hold my elastic. I kind of don't understand how you get the elastic in. No!
Ultimate crash out in 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna freaking lose it. I'm gonna lose it! This elastic thing is bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I got it all the way. I thought I sewed the two elastic pieces together and I didn't, and I sewed it fucking closed. Where the fuck is my stupid fucking seam ripper? This is a bullshit hobby. Do not start it. It's so stupid. I don't even know how to use a seam ripper. I don't know. These seams are so fucking small. Like, this is so stupid. It took me a million years to fish the fucking elastic through. How are you supposed to get it to stay? I don't know. I'm ruining the fabric. I added this extra seam here because I thought I just sewed the other piece. This is stupid. It's like, at this rate, I'm never gonna be able to sew. Okay, well, you guys, I've tried. I've given it a full effort. I even went and cut out all new pieces because I was like, I'm just gonna start over. I'm gonna start over. This was not working. I wasn't feeling good about it. Now that I know how to do the edges, I'm like, I can get through that really quickly. And as soon as I went to start doing the edges of one of the pieces, the needle broke. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess that means it's time to change the needle. My mom sent me with needles, and they are Singer Universal needles. And so at first I'm like, well, does it matter that they're not the right brand? But they say Universal on them. So there's that. I put it on and it broke, the new one. So now I fear it is something I have done in terms of the foot, but I just put the foot on like normal. So I don't know what I could have done wrong. And I even tested the needle to make sure, because on this foot there's, let me see if this one has it. No, this one doesn't have it. On the foot that I'm using, there's a little bar in the middle, so I thought, oh, maybe it hit the bar somehow. And so when I put the new needle on, I made sure that that like wouldn't happen, and it still broke, and I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So I don't know what to do. I'm like, I just am not meant to sew. I don't know. I don't even, and when you don't know what you're doing, how do you troubleshoot? Like, I just don't understand. So I have two more of these needles that I'm obviously afraid to use. I mean, that other one broke the first stitch. So, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm back. I'm determined to give this vlog a happy ending, if you will. So the last that you saw, I was just very irritated with the shorts because I screwed up on the elastic band and basically didn't secure the elastic band inside of the shorts. So yeah, and I couldn't get the seam open, whatever. So I pouted, I went downstairs, I was annoyed. I came back, I was like, let me just try one more time. I'm gonna start over, I'm gonna use the other fabric. So these are made out of the sheet that I thrifted. And So spoiler alert, I'm this far. But not without difficulty. Rosie! Absolutely not. Absolutely. She just tried to hump Belle's face. No, you cannot hump other dogs, especially in the face. That's just very rude. It did the zigzag all around the edge. The fabric was definitely easier to work with. Oh, God. Girls! The fabric was definitely easier to work with, so I was able to do it. Again, not very pretty, but I was able to do it. The dogs are playing. I screwed up on the shorts, though. I will say, like, I accidentally... Girls, you're killing my vibe. I had accidentally turned them right side out and then sewed the seam on the side. So I actually had to go back. And the seam ripper, I don't understand. I think I don't know how to use a seam ripper. It doesn't work for me. Or does it just take like 3 hours to take out a seam? So I literally just cut the whole seam off, and I just thought, hopefully they fit. But remember, I made a large, and so hopefully that was enough. I mean, they look like they'll fit. I haven't tried them on yet, but they don't look tiny. So now I'm just doing the ruffles. And yeah. And then I guess I'm gonna attach these to the bottom of the shorts, but I think I'm realizing I ruffled them way too much because this whole thing has to fit around the whole leg. But again, I just don't know what I'm doing. I'm just here for a good time and not doing it very well.
I don't know what I was waiting for, and I don't know what I was hearing. That's a little too rustic for your taste. Use a sea captain.
I put the ruffle on backwards so the seam is showing. Oh, no. This is what I'm saying. I just keep screwing up in the dumbest ways. Oh man, I can't redo it. Oh, I can't redo it. I'd be better off redoing it and rehemming it, I think. If I could. Darn. Otherwise I was done. Oh man, I'm still gonna try them on. I can't believe I did that. That's so irritating. Sewing is hard. You think the hardest part is done and then you screw it all up. And some mistakes are hard to come back from. Like, I genuinely don't think I can fix that. I can't believe I didn't pay attention to that. I'm an idiot. Oh, because my thread kept breaking. I was having so many issues, and I don't know why. See, that's the hardest part is that every time something goes wrong, I don't know why it's happening, so then it just keeps happening. But ultimately, I did finish it. There are threads everywhere. I feel like this will just come apart at the seams anyways. Well, I'm gonna try it on. Oh my gosh, I'm out of my selfie light, so we're working with whatever we have. I don't even know if these are on front ways or back ways. I think front, because I did the elastic in the back. Oh my gosh, how funny are these? The material is so stiff, so the ruffles stick out. Oh my gosh, they look like bloomers for sure. But I sewed my first thing! Step 1 in the sewing journey is complete. Step 1. I honestly kind of love them. They're not that comfortable though. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure I would sleep in these. They're very stiff. But if I was gonna make a dress and have ruffles on the sleeves, this would be great. Anywho, thanks for coming on my sewing journey with me today. If anybody has any tips or resources for how to work, not how to work the sewing machine. I found like a bunch of videos and all that stuff on how to work my specific machine. It's just like my thread keeps breaking. I don't know why. The needle hitting the foot. I don't know why. Like stuff like that. How do I learn that stuff and how do I troubleshoot it? But anywho, that's it. That's my video. Belle wants to say goodbye. Say bye. She can't wait for me to be done with my sewing journey so I can go downstairs. Come here, Rosie. Come here. You want to say goodbye too? Say goodbye. Oh, thank you. Love you. All right, goodbye. I love you. And I'll see you in my next video.